Tonight's story is based on a true Christmas encounter reported by a Canadian family, an event so disturbing that investigators still don't agree on what actually happened. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why the family refuses to talk about Christmas Eve after dark. In 2013, the Robinsons family experienced something that changed the way they celebrate Christmas forever. It wasn't a legend, it wasn't a campfire tale. It happened inside their home, and what they described would later match 3 other reports from surrounding towns. This wasn't a story about Santa. This was about someone or something wearing the suit. It started like any normal Christmas Eve. Snow falling softly, kids asleep early, the house warm and quiet. Then came the footsteps on the porch, slow and heavy. The doorbell rang once, a single chime that echoed through the entire house. When Mr. Robinson opened the door, he didn't see a neighbor. He saw Santa. Not the cheerful, jolly version everyone talks about. This Santa wore a tattered red coat, stiff with frost. His beard long, gray and tangled like something that hadn't been washed in years. But what frightened Mr. Robinson the most were the eyes. They were unfocused, fixed on something behind him in the hallway, right where the children slept. The man didn't speak. He just lifted a shaking hand and pointed toward the kids' room, as if he already knew the way. Mr. Robinson slammed the door, locked it, even deadbolted it. But the man outside didn't move. Minutes later, the Robinson family heard something from inside the house. Footsteps, boots on their hardwood floor. But all the doors were locked, and the windows sealed. Yet the footsteps continued, heading toward the hallway. Miss Robinson tried calling the police, but her phone showed no service. Not one bar, not even Wi-Fi. Just cold, hollow static. When Mr. Robinson stepped into the hallway, his stomach dropped. There, halfway down the hall, was the same man in red, the one who had been outside just moments earlier. Except now, he was crawling on all fours, dragging his heavy boots behind him, his beard scraping the floor. He turned his head toward Mr. Robinson, fast and sharp, like someone cracking a frozen branch. His smile stretched unnaturally wide, too wide to be human, and in a voice that sounded dry and airless, like wind forcing its way through a rotting cabin door, the man whispered, "You weren't asleep." The lights flickered, ornaments clattered violently on the living room tree. The entire temperature dropped as if someone had opened a freezer door. Then, complete darkness. When the lights came back, the man was gone. No broken locks, no open windows, nothing. But something was left behind. On the kitchen table where the kids had placed cookies sat a long curled gray beard hair, still cold to the touch. Police dismissed it, said it was probably from a costume, but the Robinsons family later discovered something the officers didn't see. On their indoor security camera, captured in just one corrupted frame, the man in the red suit stood at the foot of the children's bed 2 hours before he rang the doorbell, as if he had already been inside. The scariest part of this true event, 3 other households in nearby towns reported a man in a weathered red suit appearing at the foot of children's beds. Phones and Wi-Fi dying during the encounter, and a single doorbell chime. No sign of forced entry, and a long gray beard hair left behind. The reports were never connected publicly. Most families refused interviews, but privately, they all said the same thing. It wasn't a person. And every Christmas Eve since, at almost the exact same time, the Robinsons family hears it again. One soft chime from the front door, followed by the sound of boots walking across their hardwood floor. Even though no one is there, because whatever visited them that night still remembers the way back.